Hello, hello. I'm at it again, so here we go. Let's see what we got here. We got module not found, can't resolve resources global.css. So I'm trying to work on... Whoops, did I not actually import anything I did here? I don't think I actually imported anything that I'm doing right here. Okay, so yeah, I gotta fix my imports. So I got to close that, and I forgot to do this piece. Oops. And that one is import dot simulator. Actually, you know what? I wonder if do I need it here, or do I just put it on my simulator page? Because I got the page here, and this is what's calling it. Import simulator. So that would be going back another notch. And we probably have, let's see. If we go back up to simulator and back down via components, we're actually going to just be at the right level when I just go back. Simulator dot. Actually, I just need this. That's never mind. I'm confusing myself. It's just styles. From delete in dot simulator dot module dot css. That should work. Okay, so I put additional code in here also to try and trap my bug, my scoring bug. I have a scoring bug in here, which is the worst kind of bug, right? You don't want to be giving points to the wrong teams. So yeah, that's a problem. So we got to make sure we fix that. But hey, you know, one thing at a time. Let's see if we can get this to compile. Module not found. Resources.global.css simulator and page.jsx module game result. Well, that says game result. There is no game result import resources global CSS, so I must have already removed it. As I'm continually trying to figure out the next problem. But now I'm starting to work on multiple problems at once, which is starting to redirect me in all kinds of directions. I probably shouldn't do it that way. Fix one thing at a time, Ken. Fix one thing at a time. Now, like earlier, I was trying to get unit testing in place. I'd like to put in at least some nice piece of interaction. I've been kind of stumbling on that a little bit because I'm trying to visualize. Let's just say I want to allow other people to use this app, you know, other than just me. So if I go to the website and it will start generating separate games for each person there. You know, I don't know how it works. And then plus, if I want to allow people to use a URL to update said stream, how does that work? I got to have a URL to send them to, but then I need to have an ID, a game ID, or a login ID, or some kind of a key ID that's fixed, right? Because it's going to be every time someone like opens up the game or opens up the stream. They don't want to have to update their URL every time. They want to just have it there running a game. And then if somebody wants to get in there and tweak the game, they can do that. But we need to be able to make that have a fixed URL. So it's like it would have to be something along the lines of a React key ID that would allow it to run just like normal, but that key ID is going to tell it, somebody needs to, somebody comes in, they can inject the information that's needed in order to actually, affect the game. So that is kind of my goal. Probably just do it for my own purposes first, and then, but that's kind of my goal, is to be able to get it to that point where I can have someone be able to shoot a message over. Now I got to be able to deploy it at that point, but first I got to deploy it. I was hoping to do that this week. That was kind of my goal, to get at least one little piece of interaction in before, but I'm having some issues with all these little styles and other crap. Reference error, class name, styles.sim name, not game result, app components, game result styles. I wonder if I have to. Well, I do have it in here, but perhaps I do actually need it in the game result component itself. I was hoping I could just put it in the parent page.jsx. What does layout.jsx actually have in it? And then page.jsx does what? Oh, page.jsx is call. How is who's a what a? I go to here. I got to the page which executes the game result, but layout.jsx. Which one of these is referencing which? Game result. Dashboard.layout navbar. So this is getting the nav bar, which is the top piece, and then page. For nav bar components. I don't need that. So nav bar. Let's say now force dynamic. Constant supabase create client. That's the other thing. I gotta decide quickly what kind of database I'm going to be using for this, because that's kind of the next major phase. All right, so I thought maybe I'm not sure how the layout.jsx is connecting, because I know go here and it gets you the navbar page.jsx, which is actually what's being called when you go to the sim. Is like. I guess it's just what's being called from there, but I don't know the nav. All right. Alexa, turn off heater. It's getting kind of warm in here. Okay, so. To figure out how. I kind of thought if you put the reference to the calling CS to the calling not CSS calling in the calling component, do Imports in the parent component apply to the child components in Next.js. Next.js does a lot of magic server side. Yeah, that's not exactly what I'm asking. Sometimes it's just easier to ask ChatGPT. Okay, so that plan doesn't work. All right, so I got to put this guy. Got to put him in game result. Which probably means it's not going to be quite where I thought it was. But I am going to reference. We're going to still have it code there. So if it's coming from component, based on where component lies, we are going to go back up one. And then we're going to go simulator. It should do it. So that'll pull me back up to this level, which will take me back into the simulator, which will be simulator.module. Let's see. Okay, let's try that. And are we running? Well, we're running. Yards to go. Did we actually trigger anything? Did any of my... Hey, football simulator did oh, that's ugly. that's ugly. It's ugly, man. What can I say? Now it's set up to be in the center of the page, which is a little misleading. So it's kind of like when I do this, simulator's moving, but the rest of the stuff is not. That's why it's so weird. That's a terrible text. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible text. So I am going to go back to football sim. What? I don't need this right now. I don't know why that broke there. Game result. We got to go down here. And... oh, nope. I got to go to... save that. And... I got to go over to... my... nope, don't need layout. Don't need layout. But where is my module.js? Did I not leave it open? So it did work. That's great, but we're still not there. I don't think I want bold. Let's drop it to 400. And then, so we got a 0-0 score, probably because we have a break somewhere. That's a little better. That's a little nicer. I still think I might want the font to be bigger, but it doesn't need to be that bold. That's much better. I definitely want font size to be way bigger. could have swore I commented out yards on play. And see, we're getting, oh man, where did, all right, stop, pause, break. All right, so I actually think I want to, there's an issue here. I want to print after a field goal should be a kickoff, but something's not happening because we're getting these, you know, we got a team 2 scored, it says. But all of these, it's team 2 scored. So whatever's happening, we're not swapping teams. That's kind of the problem here. And that means we're not getting the turnover flag is not being set. So I need to put a break in here on my game result that's stopping my scores when I'm calculating scores. And it's always team 2 scored. It's probably this one that's going off. And this is team 2 negative, but what's not happening is the right team is getting the ball, which means we're not swapping, we're not getting a turnover state or a kickoff state. One of those is not happening. So when this comes through, all right, here we got team 2 scored again. Now, the question is, we should have, how many points did they score? Let's just see. Points scored 3. Okay, so we got 3 points scored. It's kicked, which means there should be a kickoff state. Kickoff required should be true. Okay. So on the next play, the question is, are we getting kickoff required? Because we got kickoff required here, true, but when we come back in, are we still kickoff required? Because I don't see a lot of kickoffs happening. And that's a problem. So let's see what happens here. Show kickoff. Nope, it's true. So then got play info. We should, after the kickoff, we should have a turnover flag right now. Well, after the kickoff. Now, play info should show a turnover is true. It is showing turnover true. Who's the current team in possession? Current team in possession is team 2. Now we should be swapping that out here. Points scored. I wonder if, are we not going in here and setting the new team in possession? Oh no, that's points scored. That's not team in possession. That's not changing that. Okay, so we got turnover is true. Team with possession is 2. Current team was scored. Current team true. The current team should be, we ran the kickoff, so the current team should be team 1. Team with possession currently is, where's it at? Team 2. But that's not right. Because we just scored, and it was team 2 scored the first time. Team 2 scored. So when we did that, we should have just now ran a kickoff, which, by the way, I do not see here. Should have got a kickoff error. We've got to be having, we're having some kind of a flubber squats. So team 2 scored and we just kicked off. Turnover is true. but we're not changing who has the ball yet. So if turnover is true, we go to immediate window here. And if I take this, team with possession. Did I calculate it else? Not really calculating it anywhere else. I did the time and quarter and I did the points scored, but I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and do it for team in possession too. I mean, this is a pretty basic thing, but it's basically the team who currently has the ball. Immediate window. Game state. So it should swap. And we should have had a kickoff. Field goal attempt from 58 yards is good. How come we did not have a kickoff? End of input. Oh. Team 1. Okay, so that does swap it back to Team 1. So unless something is... I don't think I can break inside of here. Yeah, I didn't think so. So this should be Team 1. Even though we just kicked off. Kickoff sets it to Team 1. There weren't any scores. It's turnover true. It's Team 1, yeah. All right, so let's bring it back around. When I run this, let's bring it all the way down here first, though, just to make sure that we are, in fact, getting Team 1. All right, so now we're here. We're still looking at the same thing, I hope. Team 1. Yep, still says Team 1. So now, when we come back around to here, we should be back at Team 1 with the ball. Game state dot team with possession. Nope, it did not flip. It's not flipping. We're not flipping out, but we are changing the game state, so something is not getting the new state. Somehow, some way, current game state is not updating the team with possession. So that's what's going on. We're basically stuck with one team getting to do everything. Doesn't matter which way they're going. Just going. Sometimes it's only a little way, sometimes it's a lot. Could be why there's everything, a lot of points. Team with possession, starting at Team 2. All right, let's, I want to do one thing quick because it's bugging me. Trying to figure out why we're not kicking off, but or we are kicking off, but it's just staying with the same team. See, kicker blast through the end zone, opponent gets the ball in 35, but bam, they're back in team because the team is not changing. Everything else is changing. So I feel like I'm setting something. All right, let's make sure I have the case right, because that's often what's going on. Team with possession is capital TWP, capital TWP, and you know what? I think I don't like that I can't step into this, so I am taking this out. We're just going to set it to, this is working, but for whatever reason this is not. And I don't know why, but it's bugging me. So we're going to go new team with possession. Possession. The more I look at this, the more it feels like I have too many S's. Let team with possession equal, we're going to just go game state here. Game state it's like whatever's going on down there. Just wigging out. All right. I still think it's a one-line thing. It's not that hard. It's swap it. If we have a turnover, we swap the team with possession. It just changes. So what I need to do is say I want to put a breakpoint here. That after the change. After the change, we should have a condition that says settings, condition, team with possession is not equal to game state dot team with possession. There we go. And we'll just let it run. Did we end? No. I'll take this out. Oops, what happened? Where'd we go? Where are we? I don't know what happened, or we're somewhere. Are we running? I don't know. Oh, we scored. So, wait, that's a different team getting the score. Nope, that's team 2 scoring again. All right, so now we need to see what this changed to. So this team with possession should now say, oh no, because we haven't, it should still be the same. So we go F10. I don't know how we ended up down here. Holy moly. Okay. That was weird. All right, so how do we keep skipping over this? Oh, I know what the problem is. Probably because the code didn't compile. It doesn't like my new change. I put in new stuff, it's not going to recognize it. So while I'm at it, let's go ahead and go into this guy, my simulator.module. We got font weight. Let's go to font size. I don't know. Let's see. CSS font size. $30, $40. How big are some of those, man? All right, let me go font size. What is the default? Setting the size. If you do not specify font size, the default size is 16. Okay. So we're going to go font dash size. We're going to go with double size. Is that too big? 32 is pretty big. Let's try 24. All right, now let's go. Keep making minor adjustments to my output because ultimately it's definitely lacking. As I try to get more fanciness going, it becomes more of a thing to be not that fancy. So I'm trying to decide if I want, let's see, the score. Trying to say I want it centered, but I'm trying to keep it on my label, and that's kind of what's making it difficult. I don't think there's a good way to identify how it's sitting. So it's like I have my score here, but it may not be, I may have to go align right. And then on this one down here, we do align left. And then I want the width of the, what is this? This is the team. Kind of okay with the team part, but I need to figure out where the team part's going to land at this point. So if I know the center part, probably should put the clock in the center now instead of the way I was doing it. So if we go, what's more useful up there, the clock? Trying to figure out how the different game banners work, right? Let's go see. Let's see how different people are doing it. NBC score, NBC NFL score banner. Images. See, some of these guys, they're like that. It's just generic. What information do they put? So theirs is just the team. They put 1st and 10 like on that side of the. Oh, they move an entire image over. They move the 1st and 10 over on each side. That's kind of an interesting thing. So instead of a football marker, like, or a little dot marker or a way to mark it, they're actually putting the whole thing over there, and then they put the they're putting the clock in the middle. They don't have a game clock, but I'm not really interested in game clock right now. I don't know what this little 16 means though. And who are these guys? Oh, here's one. Well, theirs is really long. They put their logo on it, but it's got 1st and goal on one side, and then they got the team, their info, even their record. Their record, that's an interesting layout too. But that one doesn't, I can't see it because it's not showing me, oh, there it goes. Where do they, okay, so they have the 4th and how much time is left in the quarter. That's kind of, I don't know if I like that one. That one feels a little cluttery. So that's ABC or CBS or whoever that is. It's NBC. It's proud as a peacock, right? Yeah, NBC is the peacock. So that's NBC. I don't know. It does keep it small and concise, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I like theirs is okay. I think I kind of like Amazon's best. I mean, this one, this is another, oh, this is NBC also. Oh, they must have multiples for different kinds of locations, because that's yeah, that one's got this one ain't terrible as far as layout goes. I'm just trying to think out where, how they're putting the stuff in. I don't know what the 16 means in the middle. That could be the game, the play clock, maybe, or 16 seconds left in the play clock. I think I like the idea of the clock being at the top. And maybe not putting the Q quarter. I mean, I was typing quarter, but maybe that's not needed. What else we got? Anybody else got a different one? NBC. These are all NBC. Is that because I typed NBC? Let's see what CBS's looks like. Here's a CBS one. Theirs is kind of like the cluttery version of NBC's too. It's the same thing. It's got team, their score, the team, the score, 4th 17 clock. It's pretty standard there. I don't know. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of leaning towards the way Amazon does theirs. Yeah, this is just a different color, but it's basically the same thing. Timeouts. They do have, second, first, third, second, third, fourth. That must be a game clock, that 10 in the middle. And then first, I kind of like the way NBC moves the first and 10 marker over, because it makes it real easy to see whose is who. I mean, the football works too. I don't know how these guys mark who has the ball, because you're looking at it. Is there like a highlight or some? It just says it's 2nd and 20, but you're looking who's got the ball. Is there a marker somehow? I mean, you can guess this guy's got the ball, but how do you know? How do you know that by looking at this without looking at the field and going? I don't see it. They don't even have a marker to show who's got the ball. You just got to look at the field and figure out who's got the ball in their hand. That's weird. Usually there's some kind of an indicator, like it's highlighted, or there's a little something marks it, but this guys don't mark it. Huh. So you just got to come in and look at who's running the play. I'm sorry, CBS. I think that's kind of a drop. I think you need to tell people who's got the ball. But not everybody's a professional or knows football. They should, but not everybody does. So let's go here. Let's see what Fox does. What does the Fox say? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look at Fox, man. They're just gigantic. They're just symbols and numbers is all Fox does. That's it, man. They get right down to it. Just a little bit more. That's kind of clumped. I don't know, too clumpy. Too clumpy for me. That one's a little bit less clumpy. At least, see, that one puts a little yellow marker at least above who's got the ball, the Rams. That one puts a little yellow marker under. That one puts it over. They're all over the place. And then they have these little weird clumpy. This just says first blah. Huh. So that's, I don't think ABC shows football games, do they? ABC's never really been I think they're kind of like not interested in football. Let's see, NFL. Well, NFL, do they have their own scoreboard? NFL channel? NFL. How about ESPN? ESPN used to have games. Let's see how that's what ESPN does. ESPN's looks a lot like Fox. I can barely see those. Oh, okay, these are. Oh, that's just like the. I don't see one on the game screen though. Which one are they using on the game screen? Like this one? It's a lot of gunk. It's a lot of gunk. Very, very gunky. Oh, that's like college, man. And there's this one. Oh, that's college. Oh, that's basketball. Sheesh. ESPN, there we go. Chicago, New York Giants. Actually, it looks a lot like ESPN, and, or not ESPN, but CBS and NBC. It's a little more digitized, but not as unique as Amazon's. Now, is Amazon's easier to read? I don't know. Are any of them easy to read? Oh, here's an ESPN one that's a little bit different. Okay, so they put both scores in the middle, but they still put this stuff off to the side. I kind of like the idea of the team information being on the left and right, and then all of the info in the middle. I don't know why I like it. It appeals to me. It's symmetrical. I like symmetrical. So we'll do that. So basically what I'm doing, I have an ugly banner though. I wish I had a cleaner banner. But for now, we're going to continue on in this vein. And we're going to go ahead and move my clock up here. And then we're going to go ahead and do, let's see. We're going to go like this. We're going to try and wrap it on purpose. Let's go. Oh, I need to put the clock in there. That's not the clock. That's not the clock at all. I'm going to go quarter equals 0. I don't know why that would say that, but I'm not really doing equals 0 anymore. I don't think I start with a 0 anymore. It's no longer a possibility. But if it's quarter equals 1, then we're going to go first. And then let's do this. I'm going to try something a little fancier. We're going to go bracket 1, 2, 3, 4. Square bracket. Dot. Actually, let's do this. No, let's do this. First, oops. First, second, third, fourth. And we're going to go is it square brackets or is it round brackets? I don't remember. Quarter minus 1. I think an array is square brackets when you put in the index for it. So I guess we're about to find out. And then we need the clock, which is right somewhere. Where did I put the clock? The clock's down here now. I'm going to put the clock. Actually, I guess the clock would go right underneath this. And let's go with white again, shall we? So we have the clock, we have the quarter, and then underneath we have well I'm trying to decide if I want to do the cool little thing they did and just have a bar underneath that we toggle, that we move left and right. I feel like That'd be very clear who has the ball at that point. Very clear. Because we'd be like, junk, 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 junk. What that would mean... We do have these things. Call span, row span is 2. That's going to be 2, and then that's going to be 2. And then those guys are going to be in the middle. But I don't know what I need them for. That's going to be down. Oh, that's that one. Down 1 and 10. Do they say first and 10, or do they just say 1 and 10, 2 and 10? Or do they actually say first and 10, second and 10, third and 10? I don't remember. Let's see. Nope, second and 11. They are actually putting the and in there. Oh, these guys. First and 10. Nope, they put the whole thing in there too. Oh, they highlight the first and 10 when the other person's got the ball. And they put it on both sides? Oh, they're moving the thing. Well, I guess it's kind of like it moving around. Fourth and 4. Yeah, I guess they are. So they're doing it fancy-pantsy. So let's go see Amazon Prime NFL score. That's theirs. See, I like theirs. That's just cool. It's got a nice synergy about it. But that's first quarter. And I had mine kind of set up to put my other stuff in here. But now I'm putting first quarter at the top. And now I'm putting down and distance at the bottom. So if that's going to be the quarter... And then underneath it, I have quarter time in minutes, and seconds, and then we're going to go here, and we'll say offensive down. I'm really tempted to do the thing that they did, where I just take it with the time in the middle and then move first and 10 over on each side. I just really like the way, I like the sense of that. But that puts me on another row, and my columns start to get a little wonky. Now, granted, I have a little bit of a wonky layout. Because I'm using a weird thing, but if I do it that way, I could have a different color. It could be square. It would just sit there and bounce back and forth. But how would I do that? Now, do I make the whole cell visible, or do I just make a field visible? There's a team with possession markers up there. But if I'm going to do it differently, that means my third row, which is what that is, those are only spanning 2 rows. So we got 2 rows down. These guys span 2. Second one has no span. First one spans 2. Next one doesn't span. Then the next one spans 2. But if I don't do that, I could have that just be 1. We put everything on the top, and then I move the left down in distance left and right, which would be on the next row. But we don't span at all. So what if I do that? What if I just leave these alone? No call span, no row span. And then no row span. We're just gonna let all these guys be just 1 level deep. Though I might want to set their height, because I don't want it to be narrow. I want it to be bigger, like thick. So we're going to say height equals, I don't know, 100 at least. Let's do 100. Let's see how that works. I think if one of them's a height is 100, I think all of them are a height of 100, but I mean, I don't think you can have one cell be, I should probably put it even on the row height. And then I don't need height on all of these because they're just going to be whatever the parent item is if they're not defined themselves. And I don't think it really matters. Like I said, I don't think they can be different. That's why I don't know how you would even, height probably doesn't even work for these. Okay, so I gotta take off this one. Now I just gotta fiddle with their widths to make them fit where they need to fit. But on the second row, now I can go ahead and do stuff with like my quarter. So I have 5 rows. So I think what I want is, I want basically nothing in the first cell, followed by this stuff in the second cell and in the fourth cell. And then we'll have to do something that makes them visible, or a div that makes it visible, or a div that's different. So we're gonna have to do a fourth cell. Oh no, wait. Oh no, wait. That goes in the middle. What am I doing? Oh shoot. That's quarter. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna have this wrap right around on here. And then this one will be my down, which I'm going to try to be a little fancy with it. I'm going to go over here, and we're going to put that there, followed by the first, no, that's wrong. I want to put it in the second cell. I think I want the first cell basically just to be empty. It's just, because I'm not sure, I guess I could do something like span or align right, and it would just push it over. And it would be aligned with whatever's on that side. But I think I actually want it to be perfectly aligned with the top, so it's nice and centered. So then we got to do it again for, let's go up here. Now the bottom cells probably can't be different length either because they're going to have to be lined up with the top. So once the top ones are all different width, everything's got to be the same width, right? So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to put these inside of a, I guess I don't know, a div tag, I suppose. Oops. I think these are just going to be the same as whatever the top ones are, but then we're going to go, I guess, div. I don't know, is it better to do div or paragraph? I think I'll do div because it's more of a section thing. And let me do something similar. Damn it. I don't know why'd that one go wonky. Div current. Did I scrunk something up? Div. TD close tag. Huh. I can't see what I did. That my things are no longer div current play offensive down and current play. Huh. They look the same. I can't see where they're different. Something's weird, but I can't quite pin it down. Try it again. See if I... Oh, it matched it perfectly. And we have our TD. We've got a TD open and close. Huh. All right, well, we'll just see what it does. I'm sure it'll complain and tell me what I did wrong. How could it not? All right, so we're going to go this. We're going to do the same thing I did with this one. Because quarters are first through 4, and so are the downs. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to go bracket. And assuming I got my syntax right, oh, it's going to have to be down -1. -1. And I did do that -1 on the top. Yeah, okay. Because it's syntactically, it's a zero-based array. It's a zero-based array. So and lastly, oh look, it turned into normal. But now this one turned a different color. I don't know what's going on. It's like it was good. Now they're not. Now that one's not good. All right, so now we got to do visibility. Same thing as here. We're gonna go style, visibility, just the same thing really. And we're going to put it on both. And then we're going to say, I hope div has the same basic setting, but now this one has to be 1. And anything else? Nope. Oh. All right, well. Oh, I got our div. Okay, so that's inside the div though. Style div, okay. And then that one is inside the div. All right, well. Guess it'll tell me what I did wrong syntactically. I feel like there might be a syntactical flaw in there. But I guess we'll find out. So what I should probably do is set up a scoreboard font or font something for the scoreboard, because obviously we don't have an exact alignment, and I'd like to change them all to the same kind of, I'm trying to change them all to white. So let's go to my simulator here. We're going to go dot score board all right, I'll say dot scoreboard, and we'll just do this just in case there's some other thing I want to do with it. We're going to go color white. We're going to say font dash, let's go with fantasy again. I don't know. Fantasy. We do want the size a little bigger, not as big as that though. Size, we'll say it's 16 by default though, so still kind of big. But maybe we just go a little, maybe we just go font weight. Font weight. And we'll say 300. And text align, we will hold off on text align because that could be different for each, but I want this basic stuff for the font. So we're going to go here. And then we're going to go back to my game result. And hopefully I can put my style in my cell. That is, oh, that's total score. Okay, so it is supposed to be, I did kind of go size. I don't know, what is font size options? All right, we'll go font size. Font dash size equals 16 pixels. No, 20 pixels. That might actually be similar in size to the title I put on the board, but in fact, let's see, that's moving clock is going to be there. All right, no, let's leave it for now. Okay. We'll see what it looks like when I get it all, when I get it running here. And we're just going to go class name. How did I do the other one? Did class name. Oh. Nope. No class name. It's just style. equals style equals, what's this one I just did? Oh, scoreboard. Oh, it is class name. Okay. Class name equals styles dot scoreboard. All right. Can I do something even more dramatic and just take this guy, put it on the row? I may not like it there, but for now, let's see if that'll enclose all of my cells instead of me having to put it on all of my cells. We can take this one off that way. We'll see. I may have to put it on all of them, but worth a try. Image scoreboard banner. All right, let's see what happens. Now this one is supposed to be moving to each direction. Probably need its own bunch of stuff. But I don't want this. It's too big. We'll just go like. We'll put that in at 16. We'll just say small. We'll do the same thing. We're going to go over to game result here. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go class name equals styles dot scoreboard sm. Oh, I have 2 on here. What do I have 2 on there for? So 2 is not the norm. I don't know, I copied the one that had 2, but I think the one that had 2 is a mistake. Okay, it seems to have fixed that. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's go Control-Shift-S, save everything. We'll come down here and attempt to compile, see if it's going to spit on me and say, "You're a doofus brain, you got stuff wrong." See if it'll compile. It's the fun of trying to lay things out. I mean, I mean, this is, and then trying to be creative about it. Trying to get a good look. We'll see. Ideally, I think I'd rather have my own banner appearance. I mean, I don't mind this layout, but I think I'd like to have something that looks a little cooler. I don't, oh, this red and blue one's okay, but it's not great. Uncaught syntax error. What? Oh, look at that. It's close. It's close. Look at that. Denver Broncos right in the middle. Actually looks kind of cool. Now my football sim is a little off, but that's only because it's based on this, so I can make it look like it's in the right place by going right there. My clock is a little off, but you know, besides that, and the fact that my other team disappeared, that's like, where did my other team go? What the heck? Hello. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something is amiss. So, yeah. So the clock should be further over, but that's like we've got, the clock is way off. I mean, in position. We got 15 minutes. We did not get a quarter mark. And our other team disappeared. Our other team should be right. We got one. I mean, really, we literally have a missing team. Did I accidentally delete a line? What did I do here? I did. I somehow deleted a line. I deleted the other team. Well, I guess that's one sure way to not let the Seahawks beat Denver over and over again. I do not know what just happened. How did I manage to delete a team? That was weird. Okay. It's supposed to be quarter. That is totally weird. Somehow, some way, I managed to delete a team. 2. And this one over here should be 2 as well. Okay. That was weirdness. And yeah, I'll try to run that again. Let's see if it'll pick it up without me having to recompile. Might not. It's not terribly good at picking up things that you put in before it recompiles. Oh, there they are. They're back. The Seahawks are back. And the 15's right in the middle of the screen. The only problem is my quarter is not lined up right. So I didn't get my index right on my array. We're not really using arrays much up here anymore. I was using arrays quite a bit earlier, before, as I was cycling through them, but now I'm not even cycling through an array anymore. I just keep calling the plays as they need to be. They're more like instantaneous. All right, well, that should be a change of possession, right? So we got game possession. What do we have? Play, turnover, team 1, game state, team possession, team 2. Okay, so we did. We went from team 1 to team 2. And now team 2 should... Well, actually, we should have went from team 2 to team 1. Because the starting team is team 2. I don't know how that works. Oh, team with possession is 2. Oh. We haven't swapped teams yet. We have to hit this button. And now team with possession is team 1. Yay! It worked. We kicked off. And now we gotta display that. Maybe. Now where are we? What play just happened? Faster. Now we're kicking off again. Why are we kicking off again? Ah, I hate that does that twice. The first play of the game always kicks off twice. Team with possession is not defined. What? What do you mean? It's right there, man. What nonsense are you speaking? I'm declaring it right there. It's like, yeah, it's not defined. I'm declaring it. Oh, 199. 199. Oh, really? I can't declare it here and set it there? Or is that just not the same spelling? Team with pose at no. Well, I'm doing it up here with add scores to team. You're not complaining about those. Small team with possession. It's declared now. What's your problem? Oh, did I make a change? I may have made a change. It's probably didn't like what I did because I made a change and it's gonna go nope, can't do that. I don't know what I changed, but it didn't like it. Didn't like it regardless. whether you did or not. Gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, rebuild. Oh, come on. This is it. I hit the 10 o'clock mark again, and once again, I'm running behind because I'm struggling to get done, but it's coming together, folks. It's coming together. I think we're getting closer and closer to a solved problem. I'm not sure exactly why it complained about team with possession not being declared, because obviously it's declared. It's right there. And I don't think I spelled it different. TEAMWITH capital POSSESSION. I think I even remember copy and pasting it. Could not find name, team with possession. Did you mean team with possession? Okay, I must be... Okay, could not find name, team with possession. Did you mean team with possession? It's like, yeah, I mean that. Isn't the exact same what it... Oh, I only put one S. Okay, how do you spell possession? Is it two S's or one S? Great gurgly murgly. I'm getting so confused. I've said it so many times. I'm pretty sure it's two S's. Alexa, how do you spell possession?
Possession is spelled P-O-S-S-E-S-S-I-O-N.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, I was right. Why did I say thank you? Well, because I'm polite, okay? She's at my beck and call, and sometimes she even gets things right. So, you just gotta give her credit when credit's due. All right, let's see how this thing runs. It's looking good. It's getting to that point where it's almost a usable thing. I mean, it's not fully functional yet, but it's... See, like my Denver and Seattle Seahawks are off. Now, I don't have a 1st and 10 or anything like that yet because we haven't started the game. Theoretically... Well, there should be a 1st and 10. Somebody should have the ball, huh? Who doesn't have the ball and why? So we're not getting my quarter calculations aren't right. So my indexing is wrong. So I wonder if I'm supposed to be using round brackets, round braces for my array. I think I might have to be using round braces for my array. Let's see if this works if I go... If it'll let me do this. Is it running? Why is it not running? Oh, I hit F5. Okay, let's... Oh, we're running. But what we're not getting are... I mean, I don't know if we're changing possession. It did change. This is a change of possession marker. But look, it went back. And then we do it again. And now handoff for short gain. And now it goes back. Okay, something's definitely not right still. We're still getting something weird. We should not be switching right back. So it's like it changes possession and then it switches back. The other team never gets to move the ball. So yeah, still getting a little bit off. I don't know why. We are setting it. It is catching a change. This is different from that. And then we go here and it does change because we punt, it's turnover, it goes back, but then somehow we end up still end up giving it back to the other team right away. What is going on? Because we punt and it goes back to the other team. But it was temporarily on the right team. It did swap. But then we end up going back. I mean, really, it's not the scoring problem. The scoring is not breaking. It's the fact that we're not changing teams. That's where things are breaking up. And the same team is always the one moving the ball and always scoring. So that's the trick. I mean, at least I pinned down where the problem is. But, yeah, we don't yet know. All right, so I think this might be supposed to be these kind of braces. Just regular old round braces. I don't know why. We'll find out. Hopefully this is true. Where's the other one? It's here, and here, and here. Oh, okay. And then it's here. Alrighty. So why aren't we swapping teams? It's not complaining anymore. But this is only supposed to break when this and this are different, which means we got a team with possession and we changed possession. Now we got to figure out why it switches and then doesn't stay switched. So I think when it breaks here, I have to stop it on the next and see if our team with possession stays or becomes the team I'm expecting it to become. I'm not even sure how it swaps in the first place if game state changes, and then how's it changing back? That's the big question. You know, simulating American football is a lot easier than simulating a soccer game. Because there's no plays in soccer. I mean, there is, kind of, sort of. I mean, basically, just run up and down the field till someone scores. So it's like you just be randomly saying so-and-so kicks to so-and-so, and so-and-so kicks to so-and-so, and so-and-so kicks to so-and-so, and so-and-so kicks to so-and-so. I mean, you could throw a lot of fancy words in there. Oh, he's juggling it around. He spins around his back. He flips. He kicks it over his head. Choo! You know? But it'd just be really hard to simulate a soccer game. Um, you could have zigzags going all over the field, and then whenever the zigzag hits the goal, score. That's that's how it would have to work. You'd have to have it just zipping all over the field from point A to some random point, and eventually, if it hits inside of an area of point, it'll go score. Just that would be kind of a weird sim. You just watch this line zigzagging all over the place. I'd say it's no longer a simple sim. Okay, what is the problem here? Game result. It doesn't like something. Type error 1 2 3 4 is not a function at game. Okay, so I could not. I did do it. I either did it right before and it just didn't read it, or either way, it didn't like what I did. Huh. So, yeah, I did something wrong. What I did, I don't yet know, but it's definitely a thing. All right, so we do have a switch and kick. We have team with possession is 1, and it was 2. Now, it should be 1 again when it comes back around to here. Team with possession should be 1. Passes through the end zone. All right, we're back. See, it said Denver. Okay, so Denver has the ball, right? Team 1. But now do we have kickoff? Is false. Okay. So let's go here and see what our play call is. Still Denver's ball there. Play call is a run. All right, so let's put a break on this guy. Still shows as Denver's ball. Team with possession is team. Wait. Team with possession. How did it switch to team 2? Wasn't it just team 1? Something went wonky. It's team 1 right now. How did we switch to team 2? It's like it changed back. I mean, as recently as right here. Well, that's current game state. Huh. Do I need to be using current game state instead? I don't know how that's going to help. I mean, I could see how it's going to help get this fixed maybe, but current game state and game state do not seem to be staying in sync. Do I have another game state? Current game? Nope. I'm using current game state in all these locations, which I guess is what I'm supposed to be using. Huh. Okay, one more check here. Let's go ahead and go to Git, rebuild once again. Close my thing here. So it doesn't like my array grab. Let's go here quick while that's loading. How to read from an array by index in React.js. First, second, third. So it should just be square brackets, but apparently you can't do it off of a straight up brackets, so well, I don't care about that. I don't need no. Huh. I mean, it's not great, but I should probably just set that up. And thing is, if I call it an array somewhere, then I have to reference that array. But it's going to be a constant that's never going to change, so it might not be that bad. All right, so team with possession is 2. Now team with possession is 1. It should still be, if I go over here, now we got team with possession is currently team 1. No. We changed it. How is... Oh, that's not good value. All right, it's not swapping. Why is it not swapping? I don't understand. All the other values are changing. I don't know what is going on. What's... I just need to get that to land in the right place and get those to read, but that's tomorrow's plan. I think I'm just going to have to stop. So game state right now says team with possession is team 2, which we expect because we haven't ran a play yet. And then we're going to go all the way down to here, and we kick off, and now it's team with possession is team 2. It's going to be still team 2, because we haven't actually done anything yet, but we hit F10. Now it's going to be team 1 as we swap it back. Team 1 and team 2. Then we hit F5, and we read game state should be team 1 now. But it is team 2. We're not changing. Why is it not changing? It's the only value that doesn't seem to want to change. Or at least I presume it's the only value. I mean, kickoff required is... No, kickoff required is toggling. Because that was a false, now it's a true. Wait. Hold on, wait a minute. No, it's not. No, kickoff started as true. And now we're back to... We're still true? Team 2. Team 1. Now it's false, and it's team 1. Okay, wait a minute. It's like it runs twice. I don't like that first run. That first time it runs two times, but I don't know if it's always doing that. So it's okay. So we got game state. Alright, so if we hit F5 here, we should have this should say team 1 still. It is team 1 still. And now we turn over. False. So when I hit F10, it should still be team 1. It is still team 1. Okay. Now, in theory, both teams should start scoring points. If I've got this fixed. Does this not have a setting? It does. Maybe I just have to, maybe I just changed because it was a punt. And short gain. Got a score. We did it again, didn't we? Punt. Score again. But we're not getting our output. Oh. Still going only onto one team. But we are running several plays. Team 1, team 1, team 1, team 1. Now we got team 2, team 2, team 2. But Point scored 3. Well, I guess they weren't right next to each other. That's good. I guess it's possible it's the same team. No, look, it went point. They did it twice. 42 yards, 42 yards. They got to kick it 2 times. Now they're about to kick it again. Is it going to be 2 times again? It is. It's 2 more times. See? Point 3 and 3. Why is it repeating? Repeating the plays. I don't know. Well, time for me to hit the hay. Till tomorrow. Till next